The term flip has been circulating in Dinar and Dong communities for years, but in 2025, it has become reality. To understand the magnitude of what just happened, we need to break it down into the core mechanics of currency reform, exchange rate adjustment, and banking readiness. One of the strongest indicators that a revaluation RV, or reinstatement was imminent came when Iraq began printing and distributing lower denomination notes. Instead of relying on massive stacks of 25,000 or 50,000 IQE bills, citizens could now handle smaller notes such as 5, 10, 20, and 50 dinars. This was a signal that the Central Bank of Iraq was preparing to bring the currency closer to international norms. Vietnam also began making adjustments to its note structure. While not as dramatic as Iraq, reports surfaced of gradual moves to streamline denominations, hinting that authorities were preparing for a stronger dong and reduced reliance on larger notes. Another key debate was whether the currencies would float gradually rise in value on the open market or revalue overnight. What we've seen in 2025 is actually a hybrid model. Iraq announced a new official rate, shocking markets with its strength, but at the same time allowed the dinar to float within a managed band, giving room for further appreciation. Vietnam's approach leaned more toward controlled floating, reflecting its careful, export-driven economy. A sudden spike could have hurt its competitive edge, so the dong's rise, while explosive compared to history, is being managed with tight central oversight. For years, skeptics claimed that no major Western banks would ever touch the dinar or dong. Yet, in 2025, this myth has been shattered. Reports have confirmed that major banks in the US, Europe, and the Middle East are now recognizing both currencies at updated values. Technology upgrades, compliance checks, and international coordination had been quietly underway in the background, preparing for this very moment. Even more stunning, currency trading platforms and forex systems globally have integrated the new rates almost overnight. The switch has flipped, and the world is watching these once dismissed currencies move with real power on the global stage. Many early investors purchased dinar at 1,000 to 1,400 IQD per U. With the new rates dramatically stronger, even modest holdings are now worth life-changing sums. Stories are already emerging of everyday people teachers, veterans, retirees who suddenly find themselves with wealth they never dreamed possible. Beyond the money, there is a deep sense of vindication. For years, IQD and VND holders endured ridicule. Friends, financial advisors, and even family members often told them they were wasting their time. Now, with global headlines confirming the flip, these same people are standing tall. Their patience, persistence, and belief have finally paid off. At the same time, experts are urging caution. Sudden wealth can be overwhelming, and the temptation to overspend or mismanage funds is real. Financial advisors are recommending that new millionaires take steps to secure professional tax guidance, diversify into stable assets like real estate, precious metals, or blue-chip stocks. Avoid scams and get-rich-quicker pitches targeting newly wealthy dinar and dong holders. This investor impact isn't just limited to individuals. Whole communities of holders, many connected online, are now mobilizing, sharing strategies, and discussing philanthropy, business launches, and investment clubs. What began as scattered groups of hopeful dreamers has turned into a powerful network of newly empowered individuals, ready to shape their futures. Many early investors purchased dinar at 1,000 to 1,400 IQD per USD, with the new rate dramatically stronger. Even modest holdings are now worth life-changing sums. Stories are already emerging of everyday people teachers, veterans, retirees who suddenly find themselves with wealth they never dreamed possible. Beyond the money, there is a deep sense of vindication. For years, IQD and VND holders endured ridicule. Friends, financial advisors, and even family members often told them they were wasting their time. Now, with global headlines confirming the flip, these same people are standing tall. Their patience, persistence, and belief have finally paid off. At the same time, experts are urging caution. Sudden wealth can be overwhelming, and the temptation to overspend or mismanage funds is real. Financial advisors are recommending that new millionaires take steps to secure professional tax guidance, diversify into stable assets like real estate, precious metals, or blue-chip stocks, avoid scams, and get rich-quicker pitches targeting newly wealthy Dinar and Dong holders. The flip of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong hazen tea just transformed the lives of investors. It has sent shockwaves throughout the global financial system. Central banks, forex traders, and governments worldwide are recalibrating to this new reality. International markets were initially skeptical, but the rapid adjustment of rates has forced global institutions to adapt overnight. Oil contracts denominated in dinar suddenly shifted value, altering trade balances. Vietnam's manufacturing and export sectors, long reliant on a weaker dong, are adjusting as global buyers renegotiate pricing. Meanwhile, emerging economies are watching closely, as this event demonstrates that currency reform, once thought impossible, is achievable. While excitement is at an all-time high, risks remain. A rapid surge in value could create inflationary pressures inside Iraq and Vietnam if not managed carefully. Governments must stabilize prices, control speculation, and prevent black market trading. Additionally, there are concerns about geopolitical manipulation. As stronger currencies shift power balances in the Middle East and Southeast Asia, both countries must maintain transparency or they risk backlash from global financial watchdogs. For Dinar and Dong holders, this historic moment is not the finish line, but the starting point of a new chapter. Financial independence brings new responsibilities: taxation, wealth management, and legacy planning. Many investors are now turning their focus toward building businesses, supporting charities, and investing in long-term assets in communities across the globe. Groups of former dreamers are stepping into roles as philanthropists, entrepreneurs, and leaders. The big question is, what comes next? Analysts predict that Iraq and Vietnam could see further appreciation as reforms deepen and foreign investment floods in. However, the pace of change will depend on stability, governance, and how wisely new wealth is managed at both the national and individual levels. For now, one truth stands clear. The 2025 flip has shattered old narratives. The Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, once dismissed as collector's items, have become symbols of hope, resilience, and the power of patience. In summary, the massive 2025 shockwave is far more than a financial event. It is a human story of belief against all odds of ordinary people holding on to extraordinary dreams. The flip has proven that history favors the patient, the bold, and the faithful. And while challenges lie ahead, the world will never view the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong the same way again.